Okay, imagine your favorite superhero. They have their suit, their special colors, right, that you recognize. They have the logo, the little icon on their chest that people recognize. They have a really specific superpower that they use to help people. But people recognize them by the way they look and how they talk and the colors and their little emblem, right? Now it's the same for your chiropractic practice. So you have a special superpower. In this case, it's helping people a certain way. Only you can do that. But people will recognize you by your logo and by the colors you use on your website, the way you talk, right? All those things, the way you show up, the way they see, they associate with your superpower and with what you do. So all those things together, they will help people remember who you are, why you're awesome, and why they should choose you. Everybody has a brand. Whether you work on it or not, you already have a brand. Jeff Bezos said, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So it's really your reputation. And with branding, we're trying to influence what people say about us when we're not in the room. I always say branding means managing expectations. So what it is that we do, what do we believe in, how do we work, all those things make up our brand. And we can influence what people think about us by telling them what to think about us. And that's basically what branding is. Now, what makes effective branding different from mediocre branding is the strategy behind it. So we actually have a plan, we have a strategy on how to make them think about our brand, about what we do and how we do things. So effective branding is basically just strategic branding. We want to influence those perceptions that people have about us. And we want to tell people what to expect, and then we can deliver and over-deliver on those expectations over and over and over, and that is how you build trust and loyalty as a brand. There are a few trends that stand out to me right now, and I think we will see more of this coming in the future. The first one is personalization. And I'm not just talking about personalized care plans or something like that. Some of them aren't even personalized. You say they're personalized because you're treating that one specific person and you're adjusting T1 versus T3 in the other person, but the care plan itself is still the same for every patient that walks in. That's not the kind of personalization that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is creating really specific experiences, brand experiences for each person that comes in touch with your brand. So that could start on your website even. Depending on who they are and what they click on, they follow a different path through your website and arrive at different points on your website from which to take the next action step. So that could be segmenting your audience into different categories of people, depending on how many target audiences you have. So different people will take a different path and will get different resources, for example. This could also be through your email marketing. They can get different content based on how they are segmented on your list. And you can personalize the content a little bit more depending on what their specific pain points are and what their struggles are. So I think with the implementation of AI and new tools coming out all the time, we will see a lot more of this. And it's really exciting because it's going to make everything a little bit more effective too, when you can speak specifically to a person's pain point or challenge. And you can give them specific solutions for their problem and not just some generalized advice. Another thing that is becoming more and more important is authenticity. With the rise of AI, there is so much stuff out there now where we can't even be sure anymore if this was created by a person or created by AI. And even videos now with like deepfakes and all those things, like we can't really trust anymore if we can believe what we're seeing on the screen. right? So one thing that we can trust and what we can believe is face-to-face. Whether you're on a call with me or a webinar with me, you can hear my voice, you can see me. I make mistakes, I say silly things, I can make jokes. So you can feel that it's me when you're talking to me. This is not some AI thing. And what's even more important is in-person events. So if you meet people in person, whether it's a seminar or a mastermind or some kind of retreat, or even just an in-office event that you put on every month where you bring people together, that is something that AI will never be able to replicate. So this authenticity will become more and more important. And that kind of brings me to the third point, which is also technology. It plays into the whole AI thing as well. But I see a lot of people looking for quick fixes, right? So they're using AI in their practices, in their marketing, hoping for a quick fix, which is funny because chiropractors always complain about their patients wanting a quick fix, right? Quick pain relief versus continuous chiropractic care. So AI can help you speed things up, but it won't replace certain things. One of them is branding, one of them might be marketing. It can give you tips, but the strategy behind it needs to be more integrated with all of who you are as a brand. Because otherwise you will just end up with the same stuff that everybody else has. So if you solely rely on AI, you will just get more of the same things. You want to make sure it's personalized and you want to make sure it comes across as authentic, right? You can't copy and paste your way to success. Same is true for all the advice you're getting from AI. So if you're not getting enough new patients into your clinic, you might have a sales problem and you're just not a good closer. Then you need to work on that. You can find sales training for people that help you close the leads that actually come into your office for a first appointment. But maybe you're really good at closing people, but you're just not getting enough people into your office. Then you have a marketing problem and you need to generate more leads. But most people really have a branding problem. They just talk to everybody out there, everybody with a spine, right? And AI won't fix that. So you don't need more fancy prompts to ask ChatGPT. You really just need to understand who you are, who you're serving as a brand, and how to better communicate that.